One of the driving forces that drove this proposal were some of the member states getting quite vocal about using EUDAMED before the EUDAMED, all the modules were available. So here's a reference to France back in July of 2022, where they strongly encourage use of the voluntary period. Another example from Ireland, where they request entities register and their economic operator and the device in EUDAMED while it's all being in the voluntary state. And there's other ones, this is not a complete list, but Belgium, Germany, and Italy, they all seem to be along in the same argument. I think this was one of the driving factors, not only some internal reasons for inside the commission to adopt this EUDAMED rollout concept. You probably have seen this particular roadmap. This is published as of October of last year. I think we've referred to it in these particular meetings. There's a lot of information there. It's still in effect. This morning I checked, same draft guidance is still there. So this is kind of like the last official thing we have to base our schedule on, and yet we also have knowledge of this proposed plan to most likely that's going to impact this roadmap. So I'm going to walk through a quick version of those particular deadlines as I was able to pick them up and put them into this timing chart. We know these 3 modules are up and running now for, in some cases, years. And we have some development information, about how long the development might go along to continue to refine those particular modules. And then there's these additional 2, the market surveillance and the vigilance, where development is expected to be completed. Once those 5 are done, according to that current draft module that we have, roadmap of the modules, there is to be this 5 module audit over 9 months. Meanwhile, clinical investigations and the performance studies module gets a lot of attention. It was put on the shelf and on hold, if you will, for a number of months, years, and now is expected to get full attention and is expected to go all the way out to 2026, the 3rd quarter, before it is finished all that particular development activity. Once all 6 of those modules are in place, there's a quick 3-month audit across the board, and then the commission is expected to roll out their notice. There's provision in the legislation for a 6-month delay, and then boom, everything becomes mandatory. And as of today, this 18-month period is still in effect. Now, the big question is, what about the proposal? Right. How is this going to look different? Well, it's very possible that some, certainly the actor and UDI module are high candidates. It might be all 5 modules would start early. So let's put that line on the map here. What would happen is I expect this audit of 5 modules to still take place. There wasn't any mention of a change in that. But the commission then could put a notice out 2nd quarter of 2025. We have that embedded 6-month delay. The proposal has no wording that changes that particular section of the legislation. So my read is that this would still be in place. And then there's pretty clear evidence that this is a 6-month period for the actual registration of all devices. So this would be legacy devices for medical devices, legacy IVDs, the new or even the active or the medical device with active implants, and then anything that would be new according to the new regulations. So the devices that would comply with MDR and IVDR, all packed into this 6-month period, this mandatory period. So that's when you think about it, a lot of activity, a lot of attention, and it would make a strong argument that if you, as you think about this, you might want to start early to get things rolling. And we'll talk about a strategy here and try to avoid this, this rush of getting. Well, I expect millions of products to be reported into EUDAMED.